In Ventura County, there are a couple different types of restraining orders that we commonly see. The first of which is called domestic violence restraining orders, and that's usually when a spouse or boyfriend-girlfriend situation is getting an order against the other person saying you can't have contact with me. The second type we see commonly in Ventura County is when there's actually most typically neighborhood dispute, and those are called civil harassment orders or civil harassment restraining orders. There are different levels of proof required for the two types. There are different lengths of time that they last, and things vary depending on what we're talking about. If you have a domestic violence restraining order against you or a civil harassment order, your rights are immediately taken away. You lose the right to possess a gun and have to provide proof that you've turned in all guns and ammunition to law enforcement or that you've sold those to a licensed gun dealer within 48 hours after the order is put in place. The best way to challenge a restraining order against you in Ventura County is to go at it aggressively. Not you, but us as your lawyer. We attack a restraining order first by looking at what circumstances the alleged victim says you did. What did they say your violence was? How often did it occur? And can they prove it? We will use your text messages, phone call records, interactions you've had with other people before in your life, any other witnesses who might have been around the situation to try and disprove that the allegations made against you are true. It's actually one of the weapons that is used most commonly in a divorce for one party to try and gain an advantage over the other. Because if you have an order against you, you're dramatically hampered in your divorce court or your separation issues. So when domestic violence restraining orders are involved in a divorce case, it often affects your ability to visit your children or to have your children stay with you. Oftentimes, your spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend will put the name of the child on the restraining order. The first thing that will happen after that restraining order is filed is you need to stop contact immediately. Your contact with that child actually can be used against you to make the order permanent. Second, we will go to mediation with you. At mediation, a neutral party who works for the courts will talk to you, talk to your spouse, talk to the children about how the interaction appears, and then the mediator will make a recommendation to the court. Because you're the one with the restraining order against you, frankly, you've got to strike against you right away because the mediator assumes there must be something going on. To the extent that you can remain calm, cool, collected during your discussion with the mediator and make sure that there's no violations of the temporary order, that's one of the best ways we could make sure this temporary order doesn't have a long-term impact on your life and the things you do with your children. If you violate the terms of a domestic violence restraining order or a civil harassment order or actually a criminal protective order in a criminal court case, you can actually be charged with one of two crimes. It's called disobeying a court order under Penal Code Section 166, parent 4. And that penalty actually is a misdemeanor. You could spend up to a year in jail, be placed on probation, and other terms and conditions will include that you can't have a gun for a substantial period of time and could have other effects on your life. Under very severe circumstances, if there might be stalking involved or other things, a violation of a restraining order in Ventura County can actually result in felony charges. And remember, felony charges is anything where the maximum possible sentence is more than a year in prison. Don't do that by yourself. If you have an issue with the restraining order, make sure you don't violate it. And if you do get accused of violating a restraining order, contact us at Strongest Defense. We can help you get through this.